Yo, gunshots, man. We with the shower posse. Who remember the Jamaican shower posse? 1980s. The Jamaican shower posse, man. With that being said, let's go, man. We do this for education and research purposes. Only these videos are to educate the people about the past and what happened. With that being said, let's go. Uh, yeah, man, we're doing the Jamaican shower posse that hit Dallas, man. They hit Dallas hard, man. They hit Dallas like a hurricane, man. Uh, I'm gonna try to do the giveaway tomorrow, man. I still got my team. They kind of slow taking these names down. It's a lot of names, man. It's a lot of more new members, so they still getting the new members out together. And then we're gonna come on, and I think I'm either gonna do two winners or three winners. I'm leaning towards three winners. I think I'm gonna do 500, 300, and 200. That way, three people get a chance to win. That being said, hit this like button and hype this video, man. Go ahead and make sure you hype this video. Let's go.
In Dallas, crime was up by only 3% last
Yeah,
year.
man.
Encouraging news. For instance, homicides, which have spiraled in recent years. Vine says 1/3 of those which occurred last year in Dallas were narcotics related.
These are people that are dealing on the streets, what you call a Jamaican faction we have here.
One boy got that heat, the Texas, Uzis, Mac 10s. Hit that like button, man. Hold on, man. I'm telling you, I'm digging in the crates for y'all, man. Hit that like button and hype button, man. We trying to get in the algorithm. I'm digging in the crates for y'all. Let's go.
What you got?
In the parking lot of an Oak Cliff shopping center, suspected Jamaican drug dealers make plans to buy 100 pounds of marijuana from a Dallas undercover cop. Once the arrest goes down, it could be more than a year before these suspects ever stand trial. That wait causes serious problems in a judicial system that already has its share.
I had to go down and testify in a court that was, the trial was almost 20 months old. And after you've been involved in so many different cases, that length of time and intervening factors, your memory begins to fade.
New drug courts that open for business today will speed up the system faster than ever before. Under the old system, arrest to sentence took 12 to...
Hey, man, jump in the comments, man. Tell me if y'all remember when the Jamaicans was here, man. The Jamaicans, man. Y'all remember when the Jamaicans hit the South and the Cliffs by storm, man. They were in North Dallas as well, man. Yeah, the Road Boy Rasta, man. They were in the North, too. That's where a lot of them were living in North Dallas, man. My kinfolk used to work for the Jamaicans. My other partner, Bam, I call him my kinfolk. Bam got shot by the Jamaicans. Man, I got some... I wasn't around when the Jamaicans was, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. I was a kid. But I heard the horror stories about it, just like I said with the Carter boys, man. Y'all niggas, y'all arguing about these Carter Cowboys, man. They wasn't on the unit with me, but it was going through the prison system that them little boys was down there getting handled, man. That's just what it was. Like, come on, man. People jump in the comments, Dallas ain't gonna let that happen. Yeah, Dallas is the one doing it, fool. It's a lot of booty bandits from Dallas, homie. Prey on the weak. Y'all, man, get y'all mind together, man. But put in the comments if y'all remember when the Jamaicans was down there. If y'all remember when they hit the South and the Cliffs and they was everywhere.
18 months. Under the new system, the process is expected to take 60 days. Under the old system, prosecutors had to push for 50 drug trials in 1 year. Under the new system, they will handle 5 times that number. Just numbers to some. Figures, though, that will affect everyone who's ever been a crime victim.
You won't find hardly any family in this community that hasn't had a car stolen, their home broken into, their business broken into, and I guarantee you all of that money that comes from those type of thefts goes directly into either purchasing drugs for resale or purchasing drugs for consumption.
On the streets, officers say they have been given a new weapon, a court system able to punish drug dealers almost as fast as they can arrest them.
In a rundown section of Dallas not far from Fair Park, small children play, unaware there's big business going on nearby, the business of crack. Crack houses can be found 2 or 3 to a city block. This teen says his uncle makes thousands of dollars a day, but claims he doesn't know how that money's made. Police say this bar is a known hangout for Jamaican gangs.
97.
This is the war zone.
Pretty rough?
Yeah.
How long you been living here?
Oh, I've been over here about 5 months.
5 months?
Mm-hmm. And it is rough.
Somebody put in the
So
comments
rough,
where they
most
said in
people
South
won't-
Dallas. Where is it at in South Dallas, y'all?
Talk about the dealing, the shootings, the killing for fear they'll be the next victim. So rough that probation officers no longer work this area.
They cannot carry weapons. They have not been trained or licensed.
to carry weapons.
This is considered by some to be the most dangerous area of Dallas. It's just south of I-30, just west of Fair Park. It's an area police patrol with extreme caution.
And we receive a call there, then we just might feel that it's necessary for 4 officers to answer instead of 2.
Not only are probation officers being told to stay out of areas like this one, ones with a lot of crack houses, but they're also being told to report other areas in Dallas that they also feel are unsafe.
The crack houses are mobile houses. Police can only hope they put enough pressure on them to keep them moving. Soon enough that the dealers don't get to the kids, to get them in on the ground floor of the business of doing drugs.
In all, 42 men and women arrested last night in Dallas and New York. The charges, drug trafficking, money laundering, murder, the whole gamut. And one name particularly stands out in police profile animation, Eric Vassell, head of the so-called Vassell organization, a.k.a. the Gullyman Posse.
The organization sold heroin and
That's
cocaine
Gullyman
in Brooklyn,
Posse.
New York since 1982 and sold crack cocaine on the streets of Dallas since 1987.
DEA, IRS, Dallas PD, all of them had a hand in cracking the ring. Agents say this is how it worked. From an area of Kingston, Jamaica, known as McGregor Gully, crack cocaine was smuggled to New York and on into Dallas. The money made here was reportedly then channeled back to New York, along with illegal weapons. Drug agents say the members would sometimes rent up to 20 cars at a time to transport drugs, money, and guns. And police say they certainly had enough people to do it.
We estimate that approximately 2,000 persons are in Dallas now, or have been in Dallas in the recent past, who have been involved.
Police say they also wired money from Dallas to New York and on to Jamaica. Thousands reportedly laundered through Western unions in Dallas and New York.
Boys,
and anyone who got in the way of this group, police say, got it bad.
Including numerous beatings, kidnapping, and attempted murders.
Good job.
Oh, what children today have to see. Drug raids in their living rooms. Mom and dad going to jail on cocaine charges.
For delivery of cocaine.
When?
Doesn't matter when.
I ain't never delivered nothing.
Investigators say she and her boyfriend were selling crack from their Pleasant Grove apartment. Large quantities of crack. He is
like Woodland City. Is that Woodland City, y'all?
People.
violent.
Hey, is that Woodland City? Y'all go back and rewind the tape. That's Woodland City.
Organized. Investigators say this group took over this South Dallas apartment complex, and they used this man to clear the way for them.
I ain't involved in nothing. I don't even make enough money to pay my bills.
Authorities say these drug suspects gave the security guard here, David Keaton, a cut of every drug deal they made at this apartment complex. Investigators say as long as you gave the security guard here money, you could run your drug business.
It's easy money. You can get $50, $100 just to let somebody use an apartment. And, it's just money talks.
And folks out here listen to the dealers selling dope in their apartment complex day and night. Dealers they are happy to see headed to jail.
This is going to help us get the complex completely clean.
Give the children a chance to grow up in a drug-free environment. Shelter them from the violence of Jamaican drug dealers and crack cocaine. Marty Griffin, Texas News 5.
I got what apartments to me in the Grove.
Okay.
Do you want to leave babies with Tyrone with them?
You don't have to.
We've got probably about 500 people that associate with him in this area and probably responsible for about 7% of the murders in Dallas.
At this Dallas motel, a shootout among Jamaican drug dealers left 32-year-old Andrew McGregor dead. A gunman pumped 9 automatic pistol bullets through a motel room door, hitting McGregor in the neck and chest. The gunman and another man then barricaded themselves inside a room before surrendering to police.
There has been a history of a lot of violence, dealing with these people.
Sergeant Dana Whitaker is on a task force set up to combat Jamaican drug rings in Dallas. Since 1984, there have been 47 drug-related murders involving Jamaican drug dealers. Police have solved only half of those. In October, however, 55 suspects were arrested in 14 Dallas raids. Police estimate that Jamaican rings operate 75 drug houses or distribution points in Dallas that generate almost $500,000 in profits every day.
These people know what they're doing, and they do it very well.
Hold on. They said they generating, I can't even say the word, generating $500,000 in profit a day. $500,000.
Authorities have identified 500 Jamaican drug dealers in Dallas. Most sell crack and are described by police as vicious, streetwise criminals. Authorities say Jamaican dealers frequently move from Miami to New York and Dallas.
They're traveling from city to city, not just from, street to street.
That mobility makes Jamaican dealers hard to catch. In Dallas, investigators are closing in on more suspects. Police hope to make arrests before more violence breaks out.
That dope. They sprayed the dope. They got the name from the shower posse. They gonna spray. The AK gonna spray. How many times they shot through there?
Last year, a state trooper was shot 7 times after making a traffic stop on the New Jersey Turnpike. The trooper was seriously hurt but survived.
I saw the trooper falling down, after he'd been shot, and just 2 black men, one run to his car and took off, and then one run across the highway.
3 suspects turned out to be members of a Jamaican criminal gang, and one of their weapons turned out to have come from this gun store in Dallas. One of more than 20 weapons investigators say were purchased at the store and used in the New York area by perhaps the most violent gang network.
What is that?
We have documented that since 1985, they have been involved in or responsible for over 2,000 homicides in the United States.
Federal agents and Dallas police.
They come over from them third world countries, man. They wreak havoc, man. You heard that? All the murders they responsible for, because the life ain't nothing to them over there in them third world countries. They come over here and beep, 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 blip something up and go back home, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to jail or whatever. They don't care. They just trying to get some money, send it back to Jamaica, man.
Climaxed a 2-year investigation with their raid on the Shooting Sports gun shop and 3 arrests.
Our investigation revealed that the owner of the store, his employee and former employee, were conspiring to circumvent the firearms laws and the reporting as required by law.
I sold this particular gun to a lot of varmint shooters.
The owner is 39-year-old Gary Strock of Mesquite. He's accused of selling guns to people he knew were taking the weapons out of Texas. James Pisher and Johnny Hogue also are charged in the 6-count indictment. Last year, Strock told Texas News 5 he opposed the import ban on assault weapons.
Gosh, being in business, I've got enough of...
Man, dude, don't care. You hear what they say? They taking them out of the state of Texas. He ain't tripping. He just trying to get his money. Ain't nobody in the state of Texas. He no dime by them guns, so he trying to get them gone. He trying to get paid.
Federal controls on me now.
Investigators hope those federal controls now will include a prison term. Mark Ralstad, Texas News 5.
On the porch of a South Dallas crack house, a Jamaican drug dealer is gunned down, a bag of cocaine by his head. More than 20...
You see that? Jamaican drug dealer killed. See, that's when we start taking back over. When them Sad Alley boys start playing. Man, you know what? This our city. This our hood. We finna take it back. We ain't finna play. We finna get y'all going. This where the turn change at. Watch.
...have died this way this year in South Dallas. Since 1984, when Jamaicans first arrived...
I've got enough, federal controls on me now.
Investigators hope those federal controls now will include a prison term. Mark Ralstad, Texas News 5.
On the porch of a South Dallas crack house, a Jamaican drug dealer is gunned down, a bag of cocaine by his head. More than 20 have died this way this year in South Dallas. Since 1984, when Jamaicans first arrived, until now, Posse.
These people do not respect law enforcement. They don't respect the public. They will not hesitate to take our lives.
They make millions of dollars 2 ways, selling cocaine by the gram or kilo and weapons, hundreds of weapons, guns they ship to both coasts, guns used in murders and drug deals.
You're talking about the crack, cocaine, and you're talking about the guns. Ultimately, they both lead to death, whether it's by drugs or whether it's by bullets.
In Fort Worth, gang members establish their territory by spray paint, not gunfire.
That's their mark. That's what they call it, is their placa. That's their mark.
Sergeant Jesse Hernandez is on the city's gang unit, says there are 100 gangs here, 2,200 members. He calls them mostly Hispanic, social, says they used to fight over women and neighborhoods more than drugs and profits, but he says now that is changing.
They are, in fact, being motivated by profit. They're dealing dope, they are stealing cars, they're getting involved in some robberies and whatnot.
EFW.
In South Dallas, most of the kids are good kids. They play kids' games, go about their business. Some in South Dallas these days are taking care of other people's business.
How much are they?
$20 a piece.
20 a piece? Yeah. Oh, that's too much. They ain't got any 10 rock?
Yeah, I get you.
Give me
3. Well, give
me 2.
A teenager sells crack cocaine to an undercover officer, part of a nationwide juvenile problem brought to Texas recently. Police call it the New York-Dallas connection. Close to 100 juveniles, some Jamaican, some American, brought here by Jamaican drug dealers in the last 2 months. They are tougher to check out, tougher to arrest, and the Jamaicans know it.
With juveniles, it's so much easier to get them out. There's, unless you got a good felony, there's no bond. It's just paperwork amount to get them released. But we have to have a good charge on them. I mean, they just bring them around here and let them sell.
Hey man, you got some ID?
For the street cops, questioning juveniles is more and more a part of their daily routine. Many times the answers and names tied to a New York and Jamaican history. Many times a history of violence and drug offenses.
Some people say they're only kids, but they're pretty dangerous, aren't they?
They're not any kind of kids I'd like to have my own, that's for sure.
Police questioned 2 juveniles, both from Jamaica, one with a history of drug arrests.
Hey man, is that over on Jeffries?
Can't be immediately checked out. Another night on the streets of Dallas, spent with drug suspects younger than police have ever seen before. Marty Griffin, Channel 5 News Tonight.
These people are members of a Jamaican posse. That's what they call their gangs. In Dallas, 44 people are in custody for dealing in dope and death.
They're very violent. They have no compunction to take life of an officer or each other.
Authorities started the probe after 3 Jamaicans were killed in Dallas a few years ago. The murder total has reached 44.
We find that they not only have high quality type of weapons, that they also have a lot of them.
Dallas police raided Jamaican crack houses and confiscated drugs, weapons, and money. They made $400,000 a day dealing drugs.
I feel that here in Dallas, we're hitting at the heart of the organizations. All right. Nationwide, we hope to accomplish that same goal.
Federal authorities recognize Dallas as a Jamaican gang stronghold because of all the arrests here.
I think a third of this number, as I recall the statistics. That just means there were more warrants out, and not that they were any more successful. They may have more of a problem than some of the others.
Authorities in 13 states are still making arrests. They're trying to clear up 600 murders with Jamaican posse connections.
Here. You gotta think around 3 apartment complexes. The third one right here.
The locations were mapped out. Everyone knew just what to do.
Right.
Entry was quick and explosive. The raids took all day. Heavily armed tactical officers moved from South Dallas to Oak Cliff and then here to East Dallas, where they were after more suspects. These are Dallas streets and Dallas police, but this could be Los Angeles or New York. Drug agents in 20 states swept down on suspected Jamaican drug dealers today after guns and drugs. In Dallas, 20 were arrested. Nationwide, nearly 400. Police are calling it a pretty good day.
We certainly do not feel like we've cut out the heart of the organization. We feel like, again, we've made an inroad into the organization.
Jamaicans aside, there has been talk about the political motivations behind sending these men out the day of a presidential debate, 3 weeks before the election, a national drug sweep to boost George Bush.
It's just a coincidence.
It's always a sweep before the election. They always trying to do something, you know what I'm saying, before presidential debate to crack the war on drugs, but they the one brought the drugs here. Come on, man, quit it.
Just happened to be bringing down this particular operation at this time.
So I have no reason at all to believe that there was anything political at all involved in it. I think it was very coincidental.
Politically motivated in Washington or not, all of those involved here in Dallas say the sweep was effective to a degree, reducing the number of Jamaican drug dealers, increasing the police presence in high crime areas. Marty Griffin, Channel 5 News. With enough weapons to take on a small army, police moved in on suspected drug dealers in this apartment complex. They were after Jamaican nationals who were allegedly selling cocaine. What they found when they kicked in this apartment door could have been deadly.
Encountered one suspect in the living room of the apartment armed with a pistol.
The suspect drew the pistol from his waistband. The first man through the door fired several shots. We're not sure how many just yet. That is yet to be determined. Striking the suspect, he fell to a sofa and was disarmed.
When the gunfire stopped, the residents came out. This is a neighborhood with many families.
Under
There
what
are
apartment
senior
those
citizens, mothers with babies, and children who try to play. Everywhere they turn, they find remnants of the drug business.
See like a needle or something and say, I wonder how that got down here.
There's a lot of needles and stuff. And then people always honk their horns and come out on the curve and give it to them by every night.
When the police cars leave, the children will go back to playing. Some are afraid, but they will play anyway. The drug dealers will probably also return, but so will police. And police will keep coming back until the neighborhood is returned to the families and the children.
Where they said in the Grove, y'all.
This man beat the system. He's 18, Jamaican, and known as Derek Green, also known as Jonathan Crow, charged with investigation of 2 murders, attempted murder, and aggravated assault on a police officer.
This guy is a bad character. He does not need to be out on the street.
It was Knoll's own officers who let Green back out on the streets. It was the suspect's 17-year-old cellmate who explained the plot to officers. The critical point was this cellmate was about to be released on bail. Somehow, Green convinced his cellmate to swap identities with him, told him he'd come back later and bail him out, buy him a car. His cellmate agreed, and together the 2 of them were able to thwart all 3 identification procedures of the Dallas County jail system.
And got out.
First, the ID bracelets. You're not supposed to be able to get them off without leaving signs the bracelets have been tampered with, but they did it. Then the verbal check. Green simply memorized some information about his cellmate, so if anybody asked him any questions, he could answer them. But the final check should have stopped Green. Fingerprints are supposed to be the ultimate identification. This time the release officer apparently didn't check the prints closely enough. Green was let go.
Do you see holes now in the procedures here that ought to be tightened up?
I don't think that there's so much holes. I think our procedure is...
Well, they couldn't check his prints because they got to send them off. The prints you can't check the prints right then.
Any procedure is only as good as the people that are following it.
They may have let Green slip through, but not his cellmate. He's now charged with aiding an escape. Diane Jacobs, Channel 5 News, Dallas.
This is Rowan Sterling, or Prince Jones, or Cedric Bent, depending on which ID you want to believe. For the past 16 years, since he immigrated from Jamaica, Sterling has been arrested on drug and weapons charges in New York, Florida, and now in Texas. Each time he's been arrested, Sterling has paid his bail and then skipped town, changing his name along the way. This past Tuesday, he was arrested at his home in Cedar Hill.
He had a stolen Cadillac. When we started to pull the car off, we looked in the trunk and there was $13,490 cash money in the trunk.
Police officials want to hold on to the money because they think it could have come from the sale of drugs.
I bet they do want to hold on to the money. They always trying to hold on to the money. I don't see what... Come on, man.
Past year, Sterling has been arrested twice in Dallas for having huge amounts of cocaine and marijuana for sale. Still, Sterling would post his bail and then never show up for court. The Organized Crime Task Force says Sterling is a classic example of how a foreigner can sometimes slip right through the system.
That's the way they get around it. They just keep moving and moving and moving to different states or different areas of the country.
Sterling's bail is set at $50,000. Now, that doesn't sound like much for a man who usually pays his bail and skips town, but immigration officials have put a hold on him. That means after they're done with him here at the Dallas County Courthouse, immigration will start thinking about deportation proceedings to send him back to Jamaica.
This is where the drama began, near the intersection of Mesa Glen and Ledbetter in Oak Cliff. Dallas police say they got a tip from a citizen that 2 men had stolen a car and that the 2 may have been involved in a more heinous crime. After a short car chase, the 2 wrecked out here. That's when the dramatics began.
One of the occupants bolted from the vehicle, ran down the alley, turned and fired a number of times at the pursuing officers.
Police fired back, shooting 27-year-old Lloyd Swearin in the back and shoulder. He was rushed to Parkland Hospital, where he remains in critical condition tonight. Police also arrested 24-year-old Glenford Thomas. Thomas was arrested without incident. Dallas police detectives say the 2 men were only wanted for questioning in connection with the January murder of a 13-year-old South Dallas youth. It was January 2nd, and the body of
13-year-old, they was killing kids too. They didn't care, man.
Enrico Brown was found behind this building in the 4900 block of Racel Street. 16-year-old Tyrone Jackson was also shot, but he survived. We are told police are questioning Jackson and others to see if they can identify the two men involved in today's incident. The neighborhood was quiet today where the shooting occurred. Most of the residents were presumably away at work. Police combed the scene for bullet shells. Both police and Mr. Swearin reportedly used automatic weapons. The January shooting has been tied to Jamaican drug dealing, and tonight police want to know if the man they wounded and his alleged partner were the trigger men. Larry Mullins, Channel 5 News, Dallas.
All right, y'all, this is Flashback 80s. Go over there and check them out. Flashback 80s, man. He gave us this good Jamaican history from Dallas, man. Like I said, I wasn't around when the Jamaicans was around, so I can't give y'all no story time about the Jamaicans. I was a little kid, man. Like 87, I was just 10 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? But I heard, as I was growing up, I heard about my kinfolk. My kinfolk hustled for the Jamaicans, and they eventually took over the Jamaican spot and started getting the money, ran the Jamaicans out, got off a couple of them, got rid of them. I ain't gonna go into detail. And also my kinfolk Bam, was shot by him. He shot in the head, shot in the body. They threw him in the house. At the house on fire, they tried to get down on him, but Jadofin jumped through the window and saved him. I'm gonna let Bam come on there. OG Bam will do his story time. I'm gonna do his hood legend. I'm gonna interview him and let him talk, do his hood legend interview, and tell y'all about how he got shot and all that by the Jamaicans. Yeah, Bam been around a long time. He was a kid. He was a little young kid like that, 13, 14, 15, like that, like they said in this video. But with that being said, man, hey, man, hit that like button, man, hype button. Digging in the crates, man, bring y'all some news y'all can use, some throwback stuff. That being said, I tell y'all this Flashback over there. Check out Flashback, man. We're gonna go and get out of here, man.